Okay, so I'll just give a quick rundown of a few pieces of typical hockey equipment that maybe people who don't know the game so well wouldn't really recognize. Equipment being under the jersey and everything. So first thing I'll show would be my shoulder pads, and shoulder pads are obviously a really important piece of equipment. Hockey being a contact sport, you got to protect your shoulders, and just in case you get hit with any shots, you don't want to get hit in the chest and break any ribs or anything. So it's really lightweight, and it's pretty simple to put on. Just over the head, slip your arms through, and then strap on around your stomach there, and they just sit just like that. And it's actually extremely comfortable. You have full range of motion still, and yeah, lightweight and protective. The next piece that you'd put on would be your elbow pads, because obviously you can fall and hit your elbows on the ice, and you don't want to do that. So you just slip your arm in and strap on your elbow pad, and so that'll protect you from hitting your elbow. And as you can see, the shoulder pad just meets the top of the elbow pad, so there's no area being exposed there to get cross-checked or anything like that. And you have a sort of forearm protection here in case you get slashed when the other team's trying to check you or anything. You'd obviously put on your jersey over top, but after that you'd put on your gloves, and the bottom of the elbow pad just meets the top of the glove there, so you can avoid any injury to your wrist. And the gloves are, some people might think that it'd be awkward to handle a stick with the gloves, but it's actually really well designed. The gloves are lightweight, they're flexible, and so it makes it quite easy to stick handle. And so when you have your stick, this is my stick here. It's all made out of one piece. It's composite, graphite, extremely lightweight. It's flexible as well. So when I've got it in my hands trying to take shots or pass or stick handle, it's not too big of a problem as opposed to some of the older wooden style sticks. And
now, what's a proper way to hold a stick technically?
The proper way to hold a stick would actually depend on what exactly you're doing on the ice. Preferably, if you're just skating, you just want to hold the stick with one hand so you can just focus more on pumping your arms to skate fast. But anytime you're stick handling, you're going to have two hands on your stick. Usually your bottom hand would be a bit higher if you're stick handling back and forth like this. If you're going to shoot, your hand might move a little bit lower. And then if you're going to take a slap shot and really try and lean into the stick and put a lot of flex in your stick, your bottom hand might slide. It's got like a hard plastic outside to it for protection and just to keep the stiffness of the boot. With a hockey skate, what you're looking for is something that can maintain its stiffness and not get too soft, because you need that support, for safety and for power in your stride. The toe cap is just made out of plastic. That's just made in case you get hit with a shot, so that your toes won't break. The tongue is pretty firm. It's it's meant to be protective, but also for comfort as well, obviously, because that sits right on top of your foot. So then you've got the plastic blade holder here, which is bolted on to the bottom of the boot. It's actually two separate pieces, just bolted together, and then in the blade holder is the actual steel that you skate on. As you can see, it's pretty thin. That's part of why hockey is unique, is because you're trying to do all those things out there while balancing on a piece of steel this wide. So on the inside it's just felt. You can get felt or leather on the inside. I've chosen to get felt. It just tends to stay a bit drier. Then you've got your insole, and once you're in, you lace up and you're ready to go.
Okay, now how much? Obviously, the equipment that you guys use is a lot more high quality than the average person that just skates leisurely. But how much would you say on average a pair of skates would be?
Well, fortunately for us, the university provides us with our equipment, so we're very lucky to have that available to us. But if you were to buy this particular model of skate in a retail store, it would cost anywhere from $700 to $800.
Okay.
The newest model of skates that are coming out now are definitely around the $800 price range.
Okay, and as far as all of the equipment that you showed us, what would you say the amount that it may weigh approximately?
I'd say all my equipment would weigh you know, it's pretty light stuff. They make it so well now, but probably between 10 to 15 pounds of extra weight when I'm fully geared up.
So Brian, you're from Victoria, British Columbia. Where exactly is that located for people who aren't familiar with Canada?
Victoria is pretty much as far west as you can go in Canada. It's west of Vancouver, where the Olympics were just held. So basically the closest American city would be Seattle.
Okay. Now, obviously, as in the background, I see some figure skaters. In the country of Canada, ice skating must be huge. So what would you say the average age for somebody to start getting on the ice and skating would be?
I think typically most hockey players start skating at the age of 4. You know, I think people can go out and try skating at public skates even when they're younger than that. But once people start consistently skating, I'd say the earliest you'd see would probably be about 4 years old.
Mm-hmm. And I know just from, you know, my personal experience with knowing you and everything, just as far as learning about ice, you know, before I got up here, I hadn't really, we play in this arena, but I haven't been able to actually see ice and everything. And I see that there's a lot of different doors that can be opened up, figure skating, hockey, speed skating. So out of all of those, I know hockey's the most common, but are you familiar with speed skating or figure skating? Are you familiar with those things? Or?
Yeah, absolutely. Both figure skating and speed skating are very popular in Canada, and you see that around the rinks a lot back home. My sister was a figure skater. I've got a lot of friends that have been involved in figure skating, and you know, I think all the ice sports are really interesting, and I definitely have a great appreciation for all of them. So it's definitely common to see, you know, most common to see hockey, but common to see figure skating and speed skating as well.
Okay. Now, obviously, for me being close friends with you and you know, living right next door, just a week ago your hair was long and now it's cut. So, what was the reason behind why you cut your hair?
Yeah, a good friend of mine back home has been recently diagnosed with cancer, and she's just about to start her chemotherapy here. And, you know, she's going to lose her hair due to the treatment, and so I just wanted to shave my head too, and just to give her a little bit of support, and
definitely,
you know, let her know that it doesn't matter about the hair loss. That you know, the most important thing is for her to get healthy, and that's what we're going to see happen.
From moving from Canada to the States, what are some things that you like over here in the States?
Oh, the States has been a great experience so far for me. I mean, I've been traveling in the States before and gone to some different spots, but definitely living in the States is another experience for sure. And I've been, you know, very fortunate to see a lot of different cool cities, and you know, traveling around with the team to play different universities, going to visit great campuses like Ohio State, Notre Dame, places like that. It's been an experience for sure. Going up to Alaska and, you know, taking a trip to Chicago, and yeah, it's been awesome for sure. There's so many great towns, great cities in the States. It's been awesome to go around and experience them.
Okay, now is it a common thing for a lot of Canadians to come to the States to play hockey?
Yeah, it's definitely very common. You know, a lot of guys back home in Canada play hockey with the goal of earning a scholarship to play at a college or university in the States, because it's just such a great opportunity to keep playing your sport but also get an education and to travel around and to see the States. So it's extremely common. I think just under half our team is Canadian-born players, so it's definitely something, a common trend you'll see throughout college hockey.
Okay. And on the end note, as far as a couple weeks ago, there obviously was the USA versus Canada in the Olympic game. What are your thoughts about that game?
I'm obviously pretty happy with the results. You know, there was a lot of little bit of trash talking going on with the teammates and stuff between the the American-born guys and the Canadian guys, and with the Americans having such a good tournament and beating Canada in the preliminary round. You know, it was definitely exciting to see the Canadian guys win. You know, hockey is such a big thing in Canada, and people are so proud about, you know, our team and the players that we produce, and so to see them win that game and in overtime was pretty special for sure, and I was definitely excited to see that.
Exactly.